This is the next part of Read to Me, Grandma. It's Hercules. High atop the tremendous Mount Olympus lived all of the great gods of Greece. The mighty leader Zeus was married to the lovely Hera. Gods who lived on Mount Olympus were immortal, meaning they could live forever. The gods were all heroes to the people of Greece. Hera and Zeus welcomed a baby boy into the world. It was a joyous day for all the residents of Mount Olympus. The couple named their baby Hercules. As the son of mighty Zeus, Hercules inherited his father's strength. Zeus extended his finger to tickle his son's cheek, only to have the tiny Hercules grab his finger and pick Zeus up off the ground. Zeus was very proud of his little boy's strength. At a grand celebration held to honor the arrival of Hercules, all the immortals who lived on Mount Olympus came with gifts for the child. Zeus had a very special gift for his boy. He gave Hercules a flying baby horse named Pegasus. Hercules and Pegasus adored each other instantly. But suddenly a dark, shadowy figure appeared at the party. His name was Hades, and he was the evil ruler of the underworld. Hades tried to give Hercules a rattle with dangerous spikes. Wise little Hercules could tell right away that Hades was a rotten villain, so he bit Hades on the finger. Unbeknownst to the others, Hades had an evil plan. He was preparing to overthrow Zeus and take over the world. Hades would soon learn, however, that little Hercules was to be his biggest nemesis. And that's the rattle in Hades' hands that he was going to give. Back in the underworld, Hades called upon the Fates. The Fates were very wise and could see into the future. Hades asked for their help, using flattering compliments to win them over. The Fates, having fallen for Hades' evil charm, warned him that Hercules would be the one who would stop Hades from ruling the world. A word of caution to this tale, they said together. Should Hercules fight, you will fail. Hades knew that Hercules would remain very strong and powerful as long as he was immortal. Hades prepared a potion that would change Hercules from immortal to mortal. Then he sent his flying henchmen, Pain and Panic, to take the baby and feed him the potion. When Zeus discovered his son was missing, he created a huge, angry thunderstorm. Pain and Panic, who had been soaring through the sky with the baby Hercules, plummeted back to earth. Hercules was unharmed, but the henchmen quickly fed him the bottle of potion. They knew he had to drink every last drop of the potion to work completely. Just as Hercules was about to finish the bottle, a kind man and woman happened by. Pain and Panic were startled by the couple and quickly scurried away. The bottle fell and broke before little Hercules had finished the last drop. The kind couple scooped up the baby and took him home. And there's the couple back there, in case you can't see. The little infant wore a gold medallion around his neck that said Hercules above the image of a lightning bolt. The couple felt that this baby needed a family, so they raised Hercules as if he were their own son. Hercules grew up to be very strong. In fact, Hercules once pulled his father's hay cart into the village after their donkey hurt his leg. Aside from that, he actually pulled the wagon faster than any donkey ever could. Hercules' strength often got him into trouble. Once, while playing catch with his friends, he leaped to make a fantastic grab. Hercules lost his balance and bumped into a stone column. The entire building crumbled to the ground because of Hercules' clumsiness. As time passed, the other kids did not want to play with him. They were afraid of his strength. Hercules began to feel like an outcast. He tried so hard to fit in, but he just couldn't. Sometimes I feel like I really don't belong here, like I'm supposed to be someplace else, he told his father. He really is trying his best. Hercules' parents showed him the medallion he had worn as a baby. He recognized the bolt of lightning as a symbol of Zeus and felt compelled to learn more about the medallion. He made a trip to the temple of Zeus. The temple was magnificent. Hercules looked around in awe. In the center of the temple was a giant statue of Zeus. Without warning, the statue came to life. Hercules started to run, but Zeus picked him right up. After all these years, bellowed Zeus, is this the kind of hello you give your father? Zeus went on to explain all that had happened to Hercules. He also explained to Hercules that he could return to Mount Olympus only if he proved himself a true hero on earth. Zeus told the boy to seek out Philoctetes, the trainer of heroes. He would help Hercules become a true hero. Finally, before he left the temple, Zeus reunited Hercules with his flying horse Pegasus. Hercules found Philoctetes. "Call me Phil," said the trainer. Hercules persuaded Phil to become his trainer. They worked on many skills until finally Hercules was ready to test his strength. He was going to the city of Thebes to be a hero. Hercules heard the cries of a woman in distress. He rushed to her aid and defended her captor. Hercules learned the woman's name was Megra, or Meg for short. He fell in love with her immediately. What Hercules didn't realize was that Meg worked for Hades. When Meg reported back, Hades became furious that Hercules was still alive and very powerful. He needed a plan to get rid of Hercules. He sent Meg to lure him into a trap. Meg had fallen for Hercules too, but was indebted to Hades and had to follow his orders. Meanwhile, the townspeople gathered around as Hercules was about to help two little boys who were trapped in a cave. The townspeople cheered when Hercules freed them. Nobody was aware that the boys were really pain and panic in disguise. Suddenly, a mean giant purple monster emerged from the cave. When Hercules valiantly fought it off, the townspeople cheered again, but the battle was not over. Every time Hercules thought he had defeated the purple monster, a new head would grow from its body. Soon, Hercules was surrounded by dozens of evil purple heads. Hercules jumped aboard Pegasus and drew his sword, and the monsters soon cornered him. Hercules thought quickly. Noticing the giant stone mountain nearby, he smashed his fist into it. Hercules' strength sent an avalanche tumbling down onto the monster and all its heads. The townspeople celebrated. Hercules was their hero. Meg was very impressed. As the months passed, Hercules became known throughout the land as the greatest hero of all time. For the first time ever, Hercules was treated like a king. Hercules deserves better. Justice for Hercules. Hercules had foiled Hades' attempt to destroy him, but Hades realized that Hercules' weakness was Meg. Hercules would do anything for her. Hades made a deal with Meg. He would free her if she would help him. Meanwhile, Hercules went to see Zeus. Zeus said that although he was famous, Hercules had not yet proven himself a true hero. "What more can I do?" asked Hercules. Zeus replied, "It's something you must discover for yourself. Look inside your heart to discover what you must do." When Hades came to remind Meg of her mission, Phil overheard. Phil told Hercules that Meg was a fraud, but Hercules refused to believe him. Before Phil could convince him, Hades appeared. He had a deal to make. In exchange for Meg's safety, Hercules would have to give up his powers for 24 hours. That would give Hades time to take over the world. Hercules agreed. Hades was thrilled and unleashed the Titans from their underground prison. The battle with Zeus began. A giant one-eyed monster was sent to get Hercules. There's Meg being whispered to because she's a little two-faced. And there's the giant Titan trying to take Hercules away. In all the commotion, a stone column began to fall. Meg pushed Hercules out of the way, but the column landed on her. The deal Hercules made with Hades was supposed to keep Meg safe. Since she was hurt, the deal was broken. All of Hercules' strength was returned to him. Hercules was able to rescue Zeus, who had been captured, and together they succeeded in conquering all of the evil Titans. Having escaped, Hades grabbed Meg and took her back to the underworld. Hercules followed them. He announced that he was willing to sacrifice his life to save Meg. The selfless act of love proved he was a true hero. Hades was defeated, and Hercules' immortality was restored. Hercules was able to return home to Mount Olympus. He soon realized, however, that his place was with Meg, whom he loved. Happily, he returned to Earth. Hercules and Meg lived their lives happily ever after. So cute.